The other side might think it's a good idea to cut education by 20%.
No way!
You might think it's a good idea. You know who else doesn't think it's a good idea? China, and South Korea, and Germany, and India. They are boosting education spending, not cutting back. They understand that whoever is able to train their young people will be able to outcompete any other country in the world. Those countries are not playing for second place, and the United States doesn't play for second place. That's why tens of billions of dollars in taxpayer subsidies that used to go to big banks are now going where they should, to students and to families. We want to make our new college tax credit permanent, which will be worth $10,000 in tuition relief. Where the middle class is growing, where opportunity is shared, and where the only limit to your success is how hard you're willing to try. That's why we want tax cuts for the middle class permanent. That's why we'll fight the efforts of some in the other party to privatize Social Security, because as long as I'm president, nobody's going to take the retirement savings of a generation. When insurance companies and Wall Street banks had free rein to run roughshod over the middle class. We don't want insurance companies dropping you when you get sick. No. Credit card companies hitting you with hidden fees and penalties. We don't want taxpayers ever again to have to pay a bailout for Wall Street's mistakes. That's this election. That's what we're fighting for. Let me say this. The same special interests that would profit from the other side's agenda, they are fighting back just as hard. To win this election, they are plowing tens of millions of dollars in the front groups that are running misleading negative ads all across America. They don't even have the courage to stand up and disclose their identity. They could be insurance companies, they could be banks, they could be even foreign control corporations. We will never know. This is not just a threat to Democrats, this is a threat to our democracy. And the only way to fight it, the only way to match their millions of dollars, is with millions of voices who are ready to start, who are ready to finish what we started. Only you can make a difference. Only you can roll back. Let me say this, Massachusetts. This will be the largest get-out-the-vote operation in the history of this state. But only if you do your part. Oh, yeah. We need all of you to sign one of the cards they're handing out. We need all of you to text the letters GOTV to the number 89800. So it's on those signs. Flip one of those signs up right up there. I don't even mind if you do it right now. Like I said, my staff's probably blackberrying right now in the back. They're not listening to my speech. But the reason this is important is because a lot of you got involved in 2006 and 2008 because you believed that we're in a defining moment in our history. You believe this is a time when the decisions we make about the challenges we face, they're not just going to affect us. They're going to affect the lives of our children and our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. They'll affect the trajectory of this country for decades to come. And the reason you knocked on doors and made phone calls and waited in line to cast your vote for Deval, for me, some of you for the very first time in your lives, was because you believed that your actions could make a difference.
Yes, it can.
You could play a role in making big change. That history was not predestined, that you could shape history. Now we're in the midst of not just advocating for change, not just calling for change, We're doing the grinding, sometimes frustrating work of delivering change, inch by inch, day by day. And Massachusetts, we know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. I know sometimes you think about election night, inauguration day, when Beyonce was singing and Bono was singing. That was so much fun, and you were feeling good, and you think, well, gosh, I wish politics was that easy all the time. I understand that sometimes hope may have faded as we've grinded out this work over the last several years. I know it's hard to keep faith when a family member still hasn't found a job after months of trying, or another foreclosure sign's hung on the house down the street. And you're watching TV, and all you see are politicians tearing each other down, pundits who treat politics like a sport. I know it can be discouraging. But don't ever let anybody tell you this fight isn't working. Don't ever let them tell you you're not making a difference. Because of you, there's a woman in New Hampshire right now who no longer has to choose between losing her house and treating her cancer. There are parents who can look their children in the eye and tell them you're going to college. There's small business owners who can keep their doors open. Because of you, there are clean energy entrepreneurs right here in Massachusetts who are hanging out to help us. Because of you, there are 100,000 brave men and women who are no longer at war. Don't let him take this country backwards, because we did not have the conviction to fight. Because here's what I know. If our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents had made the same decision 50 years ago or 100 years ago, we wouldn't be here tonight. The only reason we're here is because past generations have been unafraid to push forward, even in the face of difficulty, to do what was necessary, even when success was uncertain. That's how we came through war. We came through depression. That's why we got civil rights. That's why we got workers' rights. That's why we got women's rights. That's the spirit that we need now. I guarantee you, we will re-elect the Bob Patrick. We'll rebuild the middle class and restore the American dream. Thank you.